Hello everyone. Welcome to the first video of our tutorial series. In this video, we'll handle the workflow with the MAB Robotics pre-assembled actuators using USB interface and CANdleSDK software. First, let's start with the physical setup. Here's what we need: a CANdle device and any MAB Robotics actuators. For this video, we've got one MAP and one MAD series ones. Then there's a termination resistor, some connection cables, a power cable, a USB Type-C cable, a suitable 24-volt power supply unit, and a computer. Let's start with connecting the CANdle device via USB to our computer. Then plug the power cable using one of the connectors on the other side of the device. Doesn't matter which one. In the next step, we're using the remaining connector on CANdle to connect the first actuator and then connect the other actuators in series. Please note that different MD controllers have different Molex connectors, so make sure to use the right connection cable provided by MAB Robotics. Always remember to plug the termination resistor into the last actuator in the line to make sure the communication over CAN works well. This architecture works very simply. The computer communicates over USB with the CANdle device, which translates the commands to CAN messages sent to the MD controllers inside the actuators. Once everything is ready, you can turn on the power supply. The green LED lights will indicate that the setup operates correctly. First, we'll install the software on Windows 11. Go to the newest CANdleSDK release on our GitHub linked below, then download and run the installer. If you see the warning window, expand and click on the Run Anyway button. The software is safe. Click Next and agree to the Terms of License agreement. Then we're installing the software for all users and setting the location path. Finally, choose which shortcuts you'd like to create and click Install. Done. Continue in PowerShell to check if the installation was successful and install the drivers following the commands shown on the screen. First, check the software version and continue with MD Discover. When the error message shows up, copy the Candletool CandleDriver command and continue with installation. Finally, let's check if the program sees our connected driver. The process on Linux is even simpler. Download the deb file from our repository. In Terminal, give that file permissions to read and write, and run the apt-get install command. When it's finished, you will see the confirmation of your current version and the number of installed or updated resources. We're now ready to perform simple connection and move tests. Having your setup connected to the computer, run the MD Discover command to see the ID of your motor. Use the ID and info suffix to get detailed information, such as actuator name, gear ratio, motion limits, current position and temperature, and more. For the motion test, we connected the setup from the beginning of the video. First, we'll rotate the MAP actuator to reach a target position, and then do the same with the MAD. Scroll down the GitHub, copy the first command, and paste it in Terminal to install CANdleSDK, and then clone the whole repo. First, we need to initialize the repo submodules. When finished, compile the CANdleSDK for Linux using the bash script. Now, everything is built and ready to run. Go to the examples folder and see what's there. From here, we will run the example using the impedance mode. The program identifies the connected drivers, zeros their position, and rotates the motors to reach the target position. We can also run the same example using C++ program. Again, start from compilation and run the example. You will see the current position of the shaft changing in real time. Let's move on to installing the Python module. In the next steps, a virtual environment is created and activated, and the Candle Python package is installed via pip. For the module to work, it is required to have a compatible version of Python. When it's finished, you'll see a confirmation that the packages were successfully installed. Now we can run the example code. This minimal script imports the Candle module, creates a connection object, pings available devices, and prints the result. Thank you for watching the video. We hope that this will help you finish your projects quicker. Remember that if something is still not clear, you can always reach out to our tech support, and we will be happy to help you. Have fun with the actuators, and we'll see you in the next videos.